Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Paul Dennett. I'm the Mayor of this great city of Salford and the Deputy Mayor of Greater Manchester. Welcome to the city, welcome to Salford Quays, MediaCity, and importantly, the Lowry, which, as far as I'm aware, is the most impactful theatre we have in Greater Manchester in terms of the social value and the social impact that this great institution actually delivers. And importantly, it was this institution that was the catalyst for the regeneration you see around you. And then obviously along came the BBC, following in the great lead of the Lowry in delivering what was probably at the time the most impactful and successful regeneration project in the whole of Europe. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the city. This is a city which, as some will have said historically, has sat in the shadows of the great city of Manchester. And both of us together are sister cities, and the River Irwell unites us. But the city of Salford is a very special place because when it comes to innovation, R&D and creativity, the social good and this notion of public sits at the heart of what captures our city. This is a city that gave the first public park, paid for by subscription, commonly known as council tax, I think, to the nation. It's the city that gave the first lending library to the working classes, you know, at a time when literature was seen as the preserve of the middle classes, or those that were deemed worthy of enough to actually own books and read them and understand them. We're also a city where the Bridgewater Canal was constructed, first started in Worsley in 1761. The reason why that is important is our canals and our waterways were the precursor to the Industrial Revolution, which obviously then totally transformed this part of the United Kingdom. Anyone who knows about Vimto will know that Salford was also the city that had the first Vimto factory, and many of us love to have that in an evening warm. It's almost like the non-alcoholic version of mulled wine, I think, is what we would say. But importantly, we're also a creative city, and obviously today is about the creative industries. So people like John Cooper Clarke come from the city of Salford, musicians such as Graham Nash, Peter Hook, and then actors such as Albert Finney. These are just but a few of the great people that have shaped this city, this place, over many, many years. I just want to say to the Beyond Conference, it's a real honour and a privilege to be able to host you this year. And this is the first time we've done this. And I know that the audience and many of the delegates here are from international countries around the world. I just want to welcome all of you to the city of Salford. Salford is a place, as a city that understands its international impact, both historically and also contemporarily. For us, the city is now becoming a melting pot of energy, of new ideas, innovation and talent. It's a city which is at the crossroads of change and economic development. You could arguably say it's Salford's time in terms of the reindustrialisation we're seeing as we respond to those new industries and sectors of the future. But importantly about the place we're in now, MediaCity, Salford Quays, we've deliberately tried to create an ecosystem here, which is about institutions, education providers, business startups and accelerators. And it's placed the importance of the creative industries at the heart of what we're about. We know the value of the creative industries, contributing 126 billion to our economy in GVA, employing 2.4 million people plus. And then when you start to deconstruct what we mean by creative industries, crafts, design, fashion, video, film, photography, interactive games, music, performing arts, publishing and printing, the list goes on. And it's really interesting just to have heard about industrial strategy, and it was great to hear the reference to William Morris, who was a revolutionary socialist activist who accepted parliamentary socialism, I think, in 1896. I was having a quick look what year that was. And he was sceptical of industrial capitalism, but not without reason. And the city of Salford, I think, and William Morris have a lot in common, because I think we have equally been sceptical of industrial capitalism, neoliberalism, this idea that you just get the investment in and all boats rise. That is not what the city of Salford stands for. We believe in the relationship between the state and the market and how together we can cooperate and collaborate to create those industries, businesses, innovations of the future, whilst also being mindful that what we do is about the public good and public impact. For me, the biggest advantage of having a national conversation about industrial strategy is the collaboration that will come from this. Getting cities to speak to one another, getting places to think economically and industrially about how they complement each other rather than compete with one another is absolutely the value of having an industrial strategy, because we've seen years of the growth of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is what is stifling the UK at the moment. And we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see more collaboration across this country. And that does mean industrial planning. The United States of America, Germany, they do this sort of stuff so much better than the UK. We've got a lot to learn from others in this regard. And for me, I've always believed that the world is socially constructed. We can collectively create something that's greater than the sum of the parts, whilst having a mind on the data, the evidence, the subsets of the creative industries sector, but also linking that to education and the pipeline of skills that's required to move this sector and industry forward. For me, Salford is an amazing city because we fundamentally know that everything we do is about the welfare of the people we seek to serve. So can I just say thank you so much for deciding to come to this city, of all cities around the world, to hold your conference. You are very welcome here. And long may this relationship with Beyond continue. But in terms of the creative industries, you absolutely hold a vital and important part here within the city of Salford, but also within Greater Manchester. And we will continue to argue for that through devolution, through conversations about the future of the industrial strategy. And hopefully one day we will get to a proper devolved settlement where we can all determine what our futures are in collaboration with one another. Thank you very much.